Time is an illusion. You saw nothing, you heard nothing. Who are you? What do you do? And why are you here?
But just basically to shine a light on something that we feel needs to be showcased a lot more.
I had this idea for a very long time, but I missed that factor of I have ideas, but I need a push. I wanted a place, I wanted something that will make them want to stay even for 1 year.
Doing this kind of thing together is still, still scary at some parts, but it's kind of like, oh, we know what to do with this and this because we've done it before.
Hello, welcome back. It's seasonal discussions, and believe it or not, despite what you see, we're in a brand new place. Yeah. Also, we have two guests, which is really confusing for me because now I have to play tennis as I'm going through this conversation, which is really cool. I feel like a Wimbledon umpire. Let's go back and forth on the conversation. As always, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click like, follow, and subscribe on all the platforms, whatever you're watching this. It's greatly appreciated because not only does it help support us, but it helps support the people who are in the build, although admittedly one of them is part of the season. Anyway, we'll get into it shortly. The reason that you're seeing this episode today is because not only are we posting these weekly on a Monday, but there's also a really important announcement that's also been made today, represented by the individuals who are here with me. Before we get into it, allow me to introduce them. This is Zara. You know her. You've seen her. I've said to them before, the cameras aren't on, and she waves down. Can't help herself.
I can't help it.
Zara, of course, has produced a lot of these episodes and literally puts the Z in SZN season. See, like I repeat that every single episode. Media. And we are joined by Alex. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. It's early on a Sunday morning.
It is.
I apologise. Did you arrange this time, or was it Zara that says, look, just come in for this time in the morning?
It was Zara, but I am a morning person.
I know, but why would you say 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning?
I don't know. Just try and get it.
You're not a morning person.
I know, but then we've got the rest of the day.
For me to have to work on. Yeah. We are recording this a week in advance, so it's fine. Don't worry. Time is an illusion. You saw nothing, you heard nothing. Alex, before we get into what it is that we're actually here to talk about today, tell the folks just a little bit more about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And why are you here?
That's the hard question because am I defining myself through my job or through
How do you define yourself? That's the important part.
I'm just a random girl who happened to work professionally at college as an animation lecturer. I've studied art history for the last few years, dabbled in animation, freelance, and then finally I have time to do other projects and that's why we're here today. I don't know if I can spoil it yet.
Well, this is it. I mean, there is a very specific project that, like we've said, does get announced today. So this episode is going up on the 17th of November, and the announcement is coming on the 17th of November. So what is it? What are we announcing? What are we here for? Give the big reveal.
Do you want me to do it?
Go for it.
Yeah, so we are announcing a micro animation festival called Aberdeen Animates. It's something that myself and Alex feel very passionate about, something that we feel is missing in Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire. It's basically going to be a celebration of short animations. Anyone could submit it. Anyone 18 plus can submit it. Yeah. Any style, any story, anything like that. And in April of next year, we're going to have a celebration night of everything that's been submitted, and basically just shine a spotlight on local animators. How many times can I say animator in the same
Quite
sentence?
a lot. Quite not animated on the screen.
Yeah, but just basically to shine a light on something that we feel needs to be showcased a lot more. You have it in Dundee, Glasgow, Edinburgh, but it's clearly lacking in the city centre.
There's a lot lacking in the northeast. So how, obviously, you part of Season Media, part of Nescol, very busy now, has free time, helping run own business, has lots of free time. Yes. How did the two of you first clash/meet? Because obviously this is kind of a big thing that you're both working on together. Season behind it is back. But how did you two first meet?
Well, Z was my student.
Yes.
Yeah, we're the same age. So obviously it's a different dynamic. And I had this idea for a very long time, but I missed that factor of I have ideas, but I need a push.
Yeah.
And I knew Z and I know how she works. I just reached out. I was like, would you be interested in collaborating?
Yeah.
Especially having seasoned media. I'm like, wow, just in a few months, all of this. I'm like, okay, I need someone like that on my team.
Yeah, it's obviously it's come around quite quickly. Like you say, Aberdeen Animates is a thing that it's like an idea that you've had for so long, but from putting that idea out into the ether and bringing Z on board, it's kind of gone from that idea stage to this is actually happening in a really short space of time. Like, how have you managed to work together to put this kind of thing together so quickly?
So, well, we were still in contact when I graduated and finished my studies. Yeah. We stayed in touch, and Alex kind of approached me when I was meeting in college. At one time, I've done a talk as well with her students, and I was completely on board when she mentioned it, and just went from there. Really, we've been meeting up whenever we can to go through like ideas, plans, been messaging a lot as well. And just keeping an open communication between each other.
A lot of pinging back and forth, I would imagine, because there's so, like a lot of people will see things like these. And like you've both said, there's not a lot of it in Aberdeen. The northeast of Scotland, we've spoke about it multiple times on this podcast and in this things. Aberdeen seems to have this sort of idea of we're going to constantly train and develop, but we do nothing to retain things in Aberdeen. There's nothing to showcase Aberdeen's skill and its potential and its ability and everything that it has to showcase for itself. So is this primarily going to be something that's open to people in the northeast, or are you taking submissions from everywhere? How's that side of it going to work?
The first year is definitely just this local area, Aberdeen, Aberdeenshire. And it's purely because every year I see my students leave.
Yeah.
And they are successful in Glasgow, in London, in Edinburgh, Dundee, or they go study there and they stay there. So even if they don't work in the industry, the creativity stays there.
Yeah.
Because I can understand it. You finish uni there, you got your friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, and all of a sudden you just start living there. So I wanted something that will make them want to stay even for 1 year, or something to look forward to.
Yeah, I think there's so much done. And like you say, it's the same across the creative industries as a whole, really, isn't it? I mean, I'd imagine it'd be quite heart-wrenching to constantly see. I mean, it's obviously a good thing you're seeing success from the students that you're teaching, but you're seeing them having to spread their wings beyond Aberdeen, beyond where their home is, their family is. And I mean, neither of you are from Aberdeen originally. No. You've obviously come and spread your wings and found yourselves here, but it's not something that people should have to do to find success. I think there should be so many more opportunities provided to people in the areas where they've actually done their studying. That path to progression is something that's massive. So hopefully this can help provide a little bit of something that makes people go, no, there is a reason for me to stay in Aberdeen and keep doing these things.
Yeah, especially that there's this trend of everyone is leaving Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Like I'm from a way bigger place than Aberdeen is, and I think we should do it the other way around. Let's create those spaces in the smaller cities and the areas that are a little bit more remote, so we can actually bring something here. Because we end up all traveling to the same place and overcrowding and just there's so much to offer here because it's not just us, it's other people businesses.
I think we need to have, and you and I have spoken about this before, like a creative, not a hub as such where people have to physically be, but a digital hub, an online hub, an access point where people can find local filmmakers, local producers, local animators, local musicians, composers, all sorts of things that if anyone wants to then come, because we do get big production companies come to Aberdeen. Again, we spoke about it with Ross a couple of weeks ago that, parts of the Tetris movie were filmed in Aberdeen, and it was created or directed, by a guy who was from Peterhead originally. But those people who, when they're coming up here, tend to bring their own crews with them, or they'll outsource everything to outside. Whereas how much more cost effective would it be for those brands, those companies, those big productions to then go, actually, there's an access point in Aberdeen where I can go on to and find animators who can create these things for me, find producers who can create things for me. It just doesn't seem to exist up here anymore, does it?
No, and I think it's really important to, as well as showcase local animators, to make businesses aware of those animators as well. So having Aberdeen Animates and sharing it amongst other networks is going to help it, become more popular and to help those animators find work within Aberdeen. Because I think a lot of people don't realise is that animation isn't just TV, film, cartoons, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's product advertisement. It's other things like that, and a lot of adverts that people see on the TV, whether it's for like a watch or a beauty campaign, a lot of the adverts that you see and you think, oh, that's a bit different. Most of the time that's done in 3D animation. You can advertise your stuff in a way that can't be done normally, and I think making businesses aware of that will just help with that collaboration in future with local, recent graduates and helping people find work.
Obviously, that's a big thing for a lot of people, and I'd imagine you experience it quite a bit, is that stress of people coming out of college and going, what next?
Yeah.
Like, where do I go next? What do I do next? And there are so many opportunities that they're unaware of. How much have you seen? Because obviously you've been at the college for how long now?
3 years, yeah.
In that space of time, how much of a change have you felt, or a shift have you felt in the opportunities that are actually becoming available for those students coming out of college? Have the progression routes changed in any way over that last 3 years?
Yes and no. It's quite strange at the moment. There are definitely opportunities for those who want to take them. It used to be easier if you were just interested, but now you have to really, really want it. If you understand what I mean, you have to really work hard for it. But post-pandemic, there's so many spaces open online and you can work remotely, which is great. But again, because it's open then to whole UK, it's really hard to get it. So there are opportunities, but only the ones that really, really work hard can get it. And I would say that because unfortunately, as I said, we lose a lot of talent to Dundee, to Glasgow, to Edinburgh.
I don't know, there seems to be this big thing, especially in Dundee. So I know, obviously, from the class that you were in, there was a lot of your classmates and stuff have now gone on to Dundee to do their further studies down there.
Yeah.
It's like Aberdeen's got two of the biggest universities available to them up here. Why aren't those progression routes, or why aren't those courses, why isn't that level of development for what you do available in Aberdeen? Like, did you find it quite difficult to decide what you were going to do next when it came to actually coming out of college? Ignore season when you're looking at like further education stuff.
I think, I mean, personally, I didn't intend to go to university purely because as being an older student.
Mature, we'll go mature.
More mature student, yes.
Physically, if not mentally.
But I think if those other progressive courses were available at unis, like with Dundee and Glasgow, it might have helped me think, okay, maybe it is something that I would want to do in the future, because we didn't really want to uplift our whole life and and move elsewhere. So maybe.
Listen, because like Dundee, it's not a massive uplift. Obviously, Dundee's like an hour and a bit away. There's people who work in Dundee and study in Dundee who still live in Aberdeen, and just because uni's a bit more relaxed, I think, about the attendance days going in, or at the very least, when you're going in, you're not necessarily there all day. It's kind of you're in for a little bit and then you're out. So Dundee is a commute that's possible, but even that is still an hour and a bit out of your day every single day that you're having to do it.
And it might just be for an hour. Yeah,
it's not overly. Whereas when you look at RGU and its opportunities that it could really provide for people, I think there's a lot more. I don't want to say there's more courses they could do, but surely there's more avenues that the unis up here could open up to actually offer further education in these specific ideas of the creative industries.
Yeah, I think it all goes back to the fact that Dundee is the place for animation. Whether it is right now or not, I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah.
But there is, if you ask anyone, what's the place to study animation, they will tell you Dundee. I'm not even going to name the university.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it is the best or is the worst, but there is a reason why.
Yeah.
Because they worked so hard for their name, because they associated themselves with certain studios, and all of a sudden everyone wants to go there. If it's still valid or not me to say, I don't work there. But basically that's why we want to create Aberdeen Animates, because we want people to be like, oh, I didn't know I can study animation in Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Because people don't know they can study animation in Glasgow.
Yeah.
They don't know they can study animation in all the colleges in Scotland, in Edinburgh. Everyone is going to Dundee.
Yeah. Everyone's, and like you say, they've spent time building up that reputation, that connection. But if we'd spent the same time doing that up here, mean, you've still got to look at people further north of Aberdeen that then come down to Aberdeen for studying. You know, if you start offering that link between everywhere else, like Aberdeen needs to change. As a city, Aberdeen needs to change, and not change aesthetically or change but it needs to diversify what it's good at. It's so well known for being oil and energy everywhere.
Yeah, the energy sector, yeah.
You know, but the sad thing is there's opportunities within animation for routes into that sector as well, which again, so many people don't know about. Like part of your project at college was designing something that would then be viable in an oil rig, but even they don't seem to have that same, you know, availability for progression routes for people to come and work in oil companies for it.
Yeah.
Like, what was your experience of trying to find work outside of, you know, being at college and being in studies in the animation field?
Very difficult. It got to the point where I was just looking for the amount of remote work that's available for this kind of industry is immense. But unfortunately, because it's remote, like Alex was saying, it then is very hard to get into that, because then you're taking people from here, there, everywhere. Even just locally, reaching out to different companies, seeing if animation was something they'd be looking into. A lot of like storage companies. I know there was a plant hire company that that uses animation now. Just trying to get other businesses interested and educate them a little bit. It is quite difficult, because at the end of the day, you can have a really, really good pitch, but it's whether those companies are willing to listen. So it's just kind of approaching it in the right way that fits that type of audience. But yeah, it is difficult. Yeah, has been very difficult.
The journey coming out of college and out of education is quite difficult, but we've spoke briefly, and I'm going to come back to it now, because I want to try and brighten up the middle aspect of the show, just a tad. Speaking of journeys coming away, we've mentioned already, neither of you is from Aberdeen originally. What drew you to Aberdeen? How did you end up in Aberdeen as a whole? Not like how did you, I know how you ended up here. Like, how did you end up in Aberdeen? What drew you to Aberdeen before you eventually landed here and went, oh, okay, it's great, I'll stick this one out?
So it's actually quite, well, it's not a funny story, but for some reason, there were like little glimpses of I will move to Aberdeen someday. It's just, and it wasn't like I was planning it, but like my dad used to be a sailor, and he used to go in between Sweden and Aberdeen, and I always got little, you know, freebies what he got from oil places. I had like Aberdeen companies, hats, little bags, pens, all my life. And I was like, well, just Aberdeen, whatever that is. He always also said how expensive Aberdeen was. And then I lived in Holland, and I met my husband, and he was Scottish, and he was from Aberdeen. So that's how I ended up north here. I always wanted to live north because I like the cold.
Yeah.
So the first time we came here, it was April, and it started snowing. I'm like, this is a place for me.
Yeah.
It's snowing in April, I hope. So you're from Sweden originally?
No, I'm Polish.
No, Polish, sorry.
It's just it's just my dad. My dad worked in Sweden.
See, now you've come by a beautifully interesting route. You've done, like you say, Poland, living in the Netherlands, Aberdeen. You came from Essex.
Yeah.
Slightly less glamorous route.
Not your Towie Essex though. That's what a lot of people, as soon as I mention that county, a lot of people start saying, "Oh, you're from no, I'm more
than. Do you know any of the cast? It's such a small area.
No, I used to work near where they used to film it, like so. But so from the countryside, grew up in a really small village, country girl through and through.
Mm-hmm. Can confirm still has that mentality when she drives on country roads.
Oh, I love it.
These narrow country lanes as we were driving out to an event last week. Jesus, I've never seen that little Citroen car take a corner that quickly in my life. I'm clinging onto the passenger side.
But so always lived there. Never really kind of ventured far away from that village. I moved into the city for a bit. Did multiple different jobs here, there, and everywhere. Worked, you name it, I've worked in it. But I've always been very creative.
Yes.
Did art and design at school. Back then it was fine art or nothing. So oil paint was my kind of medium. Did a foundation diploma at college, which was like different types of art and design. You could kind of explore a bit more of different areas. So he did a bit of fashion, graphics, photography, and that's where I kind of landed. Photography was kind of my passion. Then didn't do anything with that after. I kept it as a kind of hobby, did a few weddings, little bits here and there. And then just fell into finance. So I was in finance for 10 years, doing admin for stocks and shares companies. It paid the bills and I managed to get good at it and kind of just settled in that and decided when COVID hit that I don't want to do this anymore. Obviously, I knew you throughout COVID through Twitch and playing games and that was the kind of, that got me through. COVID kept my sanity.
Honestly, so many people took up things like streaming and God knows what else during COVID.
Animal Crossing was my saviour.
Okay.
I still need a tattoo. Like, I'm wanting to get an Animal Crossing themed tattoo. It's like, this got me through COVID.
AC saved my life.
And decided to take a trip to Scotland. Never been before. When it was coming out of the pandemic. Stayed with you initially for a week.
Yeah.
It was meant to be for a week, ended up being a month. And this was in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Fell in love with the country. So, yeah. And then
I decided to come back to Aberdeen. And you were like, okay.
Although Edinburgh's a lovely place, it's a beautiful city, it's just really expensive to live in. And
It's busy.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
And we were in Leith. So that was like right in the centre, like that bookshop. Remember that bookshop that we went to? It was gorgeous. Again, some really nice places. But yeah, we were in a small 1-bedroom flat with a mouse.
and the dog.
I didn't care. I was happy with them, but when it starts to eat your food, it's a bit like...
The dog was there by choice, the mouse wasn't.
No. And Derek is not a very good mouser. So
no, he's terrible.
So yeah, we moved to Aberdeen and got into the course from there and I haven't regretted it.
So you've mentioned you did like 10 years in finance despite doing the previous stuff. What about for yourself? What was your kind of like work history before lecturing up here?
So I finished art school back in Poland. Well, my parents pushed me to do art since I was little. My dad is an artist, but his parents never allowed him to. So he always pushed me to it. Since I remember, I had extracurricular activities about art, trained in every single fine art you can imagine. Actually graduated with interior design. Never used that. Honestly, it's just I wanted to do sculpture, and they didn't run it the year I was doing it, so I got the second best that I thought would be closest to it. To be fair, it helped me because you navigate in a 3D space, and I teach 3D space now. And then after I finished, I put my portfolio away, and I said I'll never do it again. I'm going away. I'm leaving the country. I decided I will go travel. So I went to the nearest place with the highest salary for doing any seasonal work. Got a job in a lab and worked my way there until I met my husband. And all my savings just went with me back here to Scotland because I met him. I was like, okay, I'm not traveling anymore because he was coming back from his travels. That's what we met. So he went all around Europe, Northern Africa, and then back to Holland, and we met through friends. And then we came here, and because I had all this experience working in labs, because I worked first for labs with flowers, then with humans. It was drug research, like on humans.
Okay.
So you just prepare samples. I did chemistry in school, but I don't have like a higher chemistry. But you just learn as a technician, and I keep progressing because it just happened that I like paying attention to little things, and it was good. And you just prepare those, testing drugs on humans, just so interesting. You look at those people, and 1 week they're fine, they're not, but that's a different story. Yeah. And I came here, and I got a job in the lab in oil industry, and then after like 3 years, I was like, I can't do this.
Don't want to do this
anymore. And it's soul destroying. It's very, I just couldn't agree with it. It was just, at that time, it was early 2010s. Oil was still high and all the jobs were in oil, and I just couldn't do it. So I quit and went back to college. Yeah. And then just happened that I graduated, Corona happened. I was working, freelancing from home. And then one of my lectures was like, would you like to come and help? I was like, absolutely not. I'm not a people person. I am not. And then after a while, one project fell through. I was like, oof, I need some money.
Yeah.
So I contacted him like,
Do you still need me?
yeah. And it started 1 day a week just to help out. And then it snowballed to me now being full-time and working every day there. And I absolutely love it. I never thought, if you told me even like a year before or 10 years before, just you'll teach one day, I would say absolutely not.
There must be a sense of like proper satisfaction that you get though when seeing what your efforts are actually achieving over that time. I mean, I know myself, and so will Zara, and so will you, from the retention rate of students in courses can be quite difficult. You know, you can start a new term with 25 people in one class, and by the time you've made it to the Christmas break, you've lost about 30% of those students. You might lose another 20% after the Christmas break, who then decide they're not coming back. The end of that first year, you might lose another 10%, 12%, whatever, again going on. But seeing those who stick with it through the full term of their thing, and then finding out at the end that they're going on to university, they're going into their own job, they're starting their own business, it must give you a real sense of like self, purpose and satisfaction to like, okay, now this is worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Despite the torment that they might put you through during those 2 years.
Not really. Our students, our students actually do have a. Other lecturers always say we're so jealous because your students are always in. They always stay late. They always work hard. Like if you tell them, okay, you can go early, I would tell you 90% will still stay at work. It's just I think college is not only about education, and sometimes I can argue it's less about education than about the journey.
Yeah.
You're at that age that you need to find yourself. You need to learn who you are, what you like. And you are with mind-like people, so you can actually be yourself. And I think a lot of my students are finding that they're accepted for who they are.
Yeah.
They're artistic and they meet other creative people, and then it's just flourishing environment for them. And I think that's why they stay. I think like when they stay, maybe they do like 10% of the work. I don't know because I don't see it. But I think they
I finished.
I think they have a good time, and that's for me sometimes more important than seeing them being completely, getting straight into like Pixar or something.
Yeah.
Because realistically, a lot of them have chosen this because it was just interesting, and because they're young, they might be 17, 18 when they choose, or 16. And then after 2 years, they're like, well, actually, I want to do something completely different, which is absolutely fine. It's just as long as they have fun.
But it's helped them find themselves, I suppose, is a big thing. And it's something that I think colleges as a whole and college lecturers need to get a bit more recognition for, because there is too much, from schools anyway, there seems to be a lot of emphasis of come out of school, go to university. There doesn't seem to be that same push for you've come out of school, go to college. Find yourself before you start finding your vocation going beyond this point.
Yeah.
I think I fell guilty to, like, again, so far all three of us have said that we did something coming out of school, into college, get that qualification, and what have we done with it? We did nothing.
Yeah.
Like, so that first year or two of coming out of school was about finding yourself. But we all went into college going, or into education, so I'm going to find this, and I'm going to do this for a job, and I'm going to find... It doesn't always work.
No.
It doesn't always happen. I think colleges offer so much in the way of personal journeys, not just educational journeys, of you start to find yourself as a person, you start to not come out of your shell a little bit more, but feel comfortable enough in who you are. And colleges are great places for doing that.
I think it's such a low commitment thing you can do for yourself, because if you go to uni and if you decide to drop after the first year, you failed.
Yeah.
And then you tell people, I dropped out of uni, I failed the course, because it might be too difficult as well. And at college, you go for a first year and you can just go after and you have your HNC. And then you have so many courses. And if you don't feel, okay, academically, I'm not really that skilled, there are courses that you don't have to, write essays and such. Yeah. So
there's a lot of progression within the college, I notice as well. Like, people will do that first year of, I had it when I did the production course. People did the first year of that and then went, this isn't quite what I was hoping it would be more focused on this. So now I'm going to go and do second year in the TV side of things, and I'm going to move into the graphic design side of things. Or, like I say, it just gives you that chance to learn in a completely different environment. I think it's a nice blend of coming from school where everything is spoon-fed to you, to university where nothing is spoon-fed to you and you're just handed a bunch of stuff to go find out.
Off you go.
College is a nice blend of, that freedom to work on your own, but still being given a bit of guidance and a bit of help to just find your feet a little bit while you're doing it.
Yeah.
And I think it helps when you settling into new areas as well, doesn't it?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't long from moving to Aberdeen and Scotland in general to then going back into education. Again, being a mature student, it was a bit kind of daunting, thinking, oh my God, how am I going to talk to these younger people? But I think we have the same thing in common. We had that passion for being creative and design and, eventually then animation. And it just kind of helped get to know. And a lot of them I still talk to today.
Yeah. I went back and did a talk like you did at college. I went back and did one last week, I think it was, with the first year of the course I did. And the one thing I had to drill into them all is respect each other, because everyone, if you're sitting in the first year of whatever course, everyone around you is there for the same reason you are. You're all there because you saw this and thought, that appeals to me, I want to do something with that. So no one, it doesn't matter your background or your age or anything that brought you there, that you're all there for the same reason. You're a peer. Like someone told me off because they were like, oh, you're older, you're talking to everyone like they're kids. And I'm like, I don't see anyone as younger than me. You're a peer at this level. We're all at the exact same stage in our journeys because we're all here studying the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And it makes more sense for everyone to feel a bit more accepted if we're all there for the same reason.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you find the classes kind of come together quite quickly with you guys? Like you might have, again, people from different backgrounds, different ages, different, places of origin, I suppose, in a sense. Like you were born in England, you wouldn't fit in up here straight away. Do you find that having that time at the start of the course helps bring everyone together a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. There's always little groups of friends because people like different things.
Yeah.
But it's very rarely that someone feels alone. Which is great. Like everyone is accepted, and they try, and the first year, second years, they try also to collaborate together, which wasn't a thing when I was a student. It was kind of like you're the first year, the second years do not, we're smarter, better. Computers for me,
Let's go.
and yeah. And I notice now that it's changing, and the second year is like, oh, let me help you. I will show you how to do certain things. Because also the best thing is to watch your students helping others, because you know that they learn things.
Yeah.
And I never stop that. When I see someone like, oh, could you help me? And they help them, fantastic. My job is done then. I done it right.
It's that connection and that development of people connecting with each other that makes such a big difference. And it's kind of led to tying the whole thing back round. You two still being able to communicate and create Aberdeen Animates.
Definitely.
It's, without that opportunity provided by the college, you would never cross paths and you would never be at the stage you're at now. So it helps develop. You might not, I said this to the class when I went in, you might not be friends with, you might not like everyone who's in your class, but you all have the same passion for creativity. You all have a creative brain in you, so use it.
Yeah, you've all got something in common at the end of the day. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's allowed you two to now get back to this stage of creating something like Aberdeen Animates.
Yeah.
It's
It's all very exciting.
Yeah.
I know.
It's growing out arms and legs so fast.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've crossed paths with you at the college when I was there. I see you occasionally. Every so often.
Just every so often,
Every so often I cross paths with you.
Yeah.
Like when I wake up in the morning, when I go to bed at night, you're there. But even, it's going to sound really cliched, and I'm terribly sorry for it sounding it. But see, watching you talk about Aberdeen Animates and seeing the passion that you have for something like this coming along is so evident compared to like seeing you as a lecturer at the college. You love what you do. You enjoy being a lecturer, but this passion project and this thing that you're creating between the two now has clearly like given you a bit of a spark.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
I needed that so much. And that's why also I reached out to Z. I knew she will be the perfect person. Obviously, because I knew her skill set.
Yeah.
Because I told her, I'm like, yes. And then
I taught you that, yes.
Yes.
You're
I wouldn't say that. Say, no.
I think having that kind of life experience as well has helped. Like, not coming straight from school into college. I've had a bit of work experience and a bit of life experience. So doing this kind of thing together is not as it's still still scary at some parts, but it's kind of like, oh, we know what to do with this and this because we've done it before.
Are you struggling to not like go to like start telling everyone about this thing because you're so excited about it?
Oh,
at the same time?
I keep trying to say stuff to my students, and it's just like, oh, something is coming.
Yeah.
But I cannot say what. I'm like,
Wait.
well, I just, I show the Instagram thing. And something is coming. It's like, how do you know about it? I don't know.
I just saw it. Yeah.
Just popped up on my phone. I searched the hashtag of animation or something. It's worthwhile following.
Yeah.
The links for everyone to follow Aberdeen Animates across all social medias will be down in the description of this, and I'll pop the Instagram tags and stuff up on the page if I remember that. But I always say I'm going to do that, and I forget, and I do it in the description afterwards.
It was funny because I was messaging Alex about like teasing it, and we were like, do we tease it? Do we just go for it? And it's like, yeah, we'll tease it. And we're kind of deciding, when should we do it? And then I then did another teaser for it, and I'm just like, I can't help myself.
I've had a lot of positive feedback from like industry standard things coming back as well. It's like a lot of other summits are responding, being like, oh, this is quite a cool thing. You've got businesses in Aberdeen are keen to get involved.
Yeah. Creative Aberdeen, the new initiative that's launching soon as well. A lot of the companies that are involved in that are really kind of on board with it, and the other animation festivals as well, which is good because, like you said earlier with other businesses, it's not about competition, it's about collaboration.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to take away from what's already out there with Dundee, Glasgow now.
Providing more opportunities.
I think a lot of animators in Scotland really, like, they know it, and they all so supportive. If you ever speak with any animator or any organization that does stuff with animation, they are all super supportive. They want you to be successful, because at the end, if you're successful, it means there's business coming, and if you manage to do it, we'll manage to do it.
Yeah,
exactly. That's that. I hate seeing smaller things or lesser known things saying that we're competing with this thing, or we're competing with. It's like, it's not. You're all you're trying to do is compete to bring attention to your space. Yeah. And the options are there, the opportunities are there. It's just trying to draw attention to them. Yeah. Give more things back to the community as a whole. It's like it's a reason that we like doing this podcast. It's because it gives people that opportunity to come on. I could have two different filmmakers or two different businesses or whatever come on. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's just about showcasing people and giving them an opportunity to be like, here's a thing. Look at the passion that the people behind it have got. Join in. Yeah. Be a part of this thing. Has it been a bit bigger than you expected it to be? Like, did it start off as like a little idea and then it's kind of gone, okay, this is actually getting a bit more traction than I thought it would? For me, yes, but in a good way. So my first idea was like, just let's run it in like a back room on a pub, and a few people, a few pints. Yeah. Very casual. Very bad projector. Yeah. Mic that doesn't work. Thank you for coming. Yeah. This is your 18th birthday party vibes.
Yes, absolutely. Something
Sweet 16.
Just very underground. Because I think maybe I just didn't believe fully in this idea, and that was just basically I was imagining. Yeah. And then when I spoke to Z, and with all her expertise, ideas, we all of the sudden just start snowballing. And then I spoke with other colleagues, and they were like, do you need, because I work with people in the same room from visual communication. Yeah. It's like, do you need any posters? Because we have students dying to do stuff. Yeah. So that's how we start working with our visual designer. And everything is just all of a sudden start,
snowballing,
website, and it's just like it just becomes real once you get a website, social media.
Like when the branding was done, we were like, oh my God, it's come alive. Our child has been born.
It's real. It does. I think we found that with the business side of things. It was like, yes, we had an office, yes, we had an idea. But as soon as you start to get those tangible things where it's like, we have a brand now, we have a name, we have a logo, we have a website, we have the social media. There's people following it.
People start to recognise us.
Oh crap, this is a thing. I have to put the time and effort into it now.
And it's important as well to know that this is all volunteered work from Z and I. That's because it's a passion project. Yeah, we actually losing money, money and time in this.
Feel your pain there.
Because it's all about passion. That's the whole idea. You're doing something because you love it, not because you want to monetize it.
No, definitely.
Because it's not about that. It's about just like bringing the creativity to Aberdeen.
It's going to be an amazing event. Like I say, so it's April is the plan for it to actually...
the celebration night.
The celebration, the showcase of it. So what launch day is today as people are seeing this? What comes next? What's the next stage for it? So you've launched.
Yep.
Now what?
So can I? Yeah.
Yeah, of
so
course.
we did all this hard work. We planned it. We met up on random days, random places.
Yeah.
Everything put together. Website put together. Social media. Everything. So all our hard job is done. Then we are waiting. And now that's when animators have to work. So
Yes.
we will have a few months of just monitoring.
Gathering submissions.
Yeah, just submissions. By the way, submissions are free. There's no, you don't have to put a fee or anything. It's just inclusive that way. So the animators will be working, be waiting, and then we'll have a month or two of hard work of looking through submissions.
Yeah.
Then judges will have to judge them and preparing for the actual.
So is there a breakdown of like different categories for people to submit within their submissions? Is there a time limit on how long these things can be? Give the folks a bit of an idea of what you're looking for when it comes to the submissions themselves.
Yeah. Well, the submissions we're looking for would be preferably between 1 to 3 minutes long. So in short, it's a micro animation.
Yeah.
And any kind of style, stop motion, 2D, 3D, anything that is classed as animation can be submitted. And it's open to, like I said before, 18 plus. And the categories that we have, I think it's best
animation.
Yeah, best animation, best
story, I believe.
Yeah, and then best visual style.
Yeah.
And then we'll also have an audience vote for the celebration night as well. So anyone that comes along can cast their vote on the ones that are showcased there.
Yeah.
And there'll be an award for that as well.
I don't know why, I just pictured in my head the vote casting thing being like it is in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And everyone's just got like a little pad who's sitting in the thing.
Or traitors.
Just like a round table. The world's smallest round table on a chalkboard.
I can dress as Claudia, it's fine.
Any excuse. Yeah, good luck going your fringe out that long before then.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing to have, and I think it's something that Aberdeen needs a lot more of. Not just from the animation side is important because I think it's probably the lesser known of the creative sides in Aberdeen. People know about filmmaking, people know about audio production, radio production,
music,
graphic design, music. Animation isn't something that really has. I mean, even game design's probably got a big bit of recognition.
It is intimidating. Animation's intimidating because in filmmaking, you have the storytelling skills. You need to understand how composition works and all of that stuff, technicality. That's a lot of work. With animation, you have to have those skills and then you need to know how to create visual art.
Yeah.
That's really intimidating.
Yeah. You learn about everything. It's not just like the modeling and the animating side of it. You know how to storyboard, how to do budgets, how to do plans and things like that. So you learn about everything. And I think it gives people the options of which area of that industry they want to go into, because you don't have to just be an all-round animator. You could be a rigger, or you could be a storyboard artist or a character designer.
And it's so hard to do it all.
Yes.
So hard to do it all. So freelancers are really, they are the hardest working people.
They're wearing all the hats, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you taking both 3D and 2D submissions as well for the animation side of things? Anything at all? Everything?
Like stop animation, like Wallace and Gromit kind of style. Yeah, stop motion.
Anything, any software, anything, as long as it's an original work, it's copyright free, and it's not AI.
Yeah. No AI, please.
See, you mentioned there about software, and I think that's a big thing in regards to accessibility for animation as well, is because, again, a lot of people look at so many things of you have to pay for this bit of software, you have to pay for that. But there's a lot of free alternatives and free options out there for people to use as well. Like, I come across Blender stuff quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I don't get me wrong, my brain, it goes right over the top of me. But then you get the same thing when it looks at video editing or audio editing. When I'm doing it, you're like, I have no idea what's going on here.
See all these colours and lines and stuff.
Yeah, but there's a lot more accessibility now for the software side of things for people to use as well, isn't there? So it doesn't.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be paying out a lot for these expensive programs to use.
No.
There's free alternatives for them to access.
And also stuff online as well. The amount of YouTube videos you can find on this kind of thing is insane. And obviously, if you're looking for something specific, there will be a video on it most of the time. But it's crazy. And you see certain like 14-year-olds come up with their own like 2D animations and stuff like that. And I'm like, I didn't even know what I was doing at that age. I wanted to play outside on my bike, and I was just like, I wasn't interested in that. So obviously, you know, the different generations, it's become a lot more accessible for lots of different people.
Well, let's say animation is used in so many different things compared to what people give it credit for.
Yeah.
People just sit and go, oh, animation, so you make cartoons. It's like, no.
Any kind of adverts, you see, like most of the adverts on TV, I think a lot of people don't make that link between just like 2D stuff. Say, for example, it's like a, I don't know, solicitor or something, and it's got like a man just walking along and then having an accident or something like that, and that's 2D. But I don't think people kind of make that link.
Yeah.
And also any training animated is much better. Any like animated videos, because
explainers.
Explainers. A lot of people learn from YouTube videos, and most of them are animated. Because it's easier to draw a person than actually hiring a person and paying that person. So it's depending, obviously, on your skill sets and stuff.
Yeah, but it's something that you can work on yourself as well, or in your own time. It's not something where you have to arrange a shoot day, make sure you've got all the right actors there, make sure the environment is set up properly. You have, as an animator, you have control over every aspect of what you're creating. The lighting is yours, the surroundings are yours, the actual building blocks of everything you need to make this idea that you have come to life is literally in your control. You know, you're not going to be sitting going, I'm doing an animation of this guy coming along and doing this thing, and worry about the guy who's supposed to be playing that role calling in sick and not turning up that day. But if he does,
unless you've rigged it wrong. And he comes
that's when the AI aspect comes in. The AI goes, sorry, I'm ill, I can't turn up. But it's just, it gives you so much more control in making sure that what you're making is what you want it to be at the very end of the day.
Exactly.
It baffles me, the skill level that you guys have.
And it becomes more cost effective for businesses to use as well. It's, you know, like you were saying with for reshoots and things like that. For an animator doing it, it might just be a re-render or something. Oh, can we have the lighting a little bit different? Can we have this? Okay, yeah, because it's basically a mini studio in a software program.
You'd be able to turn around any alterations in a lot shorter time scale without having to, like you say, book everything in and redo the whole thing.
Or even like visualizing things like, oh, you know, we're building this, I don't know, thing. we're building this thing, but we're not sure how it's going to look. Okay, we've got architectural drawings, but we want something more conceptual, more tangible. And again, that's where 3D comes into it. And it just saves all that money. And all right, let's just build it, and then it might not look right. I
think the accessibility of the industry is changing. The opportunities of the industry are changing, and what both you guys are doing is just it's awesome. I can't lie. It's something that I am a firm fan of having Season as a part of it and being behind it. But the Season as a whole is not necessary for it.
No.
I think we are literally just a name behind going, hi, we're a company, we're here, we're part of this. Without the passion that you both have for this thing that you're creating, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You can have all the ideas in the world. If you haven't got the willpower and the desire to actually make it a thing,
it won't happen.
It doesn't exist. So I think you both deserve a massive amount of credit and support for getting it to the stage you've got so far. And I personally don't see it being just a one-off. It's not.
That's what hoping.
It's not going to be.
That's the hope. Yeah.
I can tell you now, it's not going to be a one-off. It's just it won't be allowed to happen. I don't think either of you will allow it to just.
Chris won't allow it to happen.
I won't allow it to happen.
Kick my butt.
Kicking you both behind. So what's next for you for the rest of this year then? Obviously, you've still got things going on with the college. You've got Aberdeen Animates is now live. It's just sitting back, waiting, relaxing. And then it all's going to kick off again in January, I would imagine, as all things start to go a bit mad.
First deadline, I think it's the end of January, or if it's end of December. I don't remember.
I can't remember. I think we've got different deadlines.
Third, I think it's 31st of December.
Okay.
So
once we have the submissions, they'll obviously get vetted by us initially, just to make sure there's nothing crazy in it. Go to judges, and then once that's all been judged, then it'll be kind of a social media push for the launch night. I mean, we are also looking for sponsors, if any other businesses want to get involved and support us, because like Alex said, it's
voluntarily. We're hemorrhaging time and money.
And we have to book venues and catering and equipment and stuff like that. So a lot of it, I know obviously as a Season Media will be providing, but
this is where my haggling skills for Season Media come in handy. I'll do the haggling for businesses. What can I get for free?
So we are, any kind of sponsorship deals are greatly appreciated, and all the necessary kind of exposure with that, and advertising will get put on the
So if there's any businesses, brands, or anything out there who want to get involved, get behind this project, it's not a case of we're looking for thousands of pounds. You're looking for, again, like you said, businesses can put in time.
Yeah.
Time is another thing that you hemorrhage alongside money, as you mentioned. If businesses can afford some time to just help promote the event or back the event or do something behind it, please do so. And if you're a business that has animators within your workforce, encourage them to submit things to this.
Yep.
Don't just look at it as it has to be a freelance person who's doing it.
Doesn't
if you're an animator, create something. Like, we are firm believers in if you have an idea, make the idea. If it wasn't for ideas being forced through, season wouldn't exist.
No.
Aberdeen Animates wouldn't exist. We wouldn't have people from across the world sitting in an Aberdeen studio recording a podcast like this. If you have an idea, please make the idea.
Yes.
Submit it here. The first deadline, as they mentioned, for early bird submissions is the end of December. You've got no time to waste. It's 17th of November now as you're watching this, or hopefully it's 17th of November when you're watching this. You might be watching it 2 weeks after this came out and going, crap, I need to rush. But yeah, it's a huge thing. And like I said, I can't say enough. Congratulations to you both for getting it to this stage. And here is to many, many more days of doing the exact same thing. What I would like to do is get you back in after the actual event happens in April, and we can sit and have a recap of how things went down.
Debrief.
Yeah, season will be there, cameras in hand and all sorts. We'll be recording a lot of the content as it goes on, capturing the vibe and everything of the night. So there'll be loads of content to come for that, which is going to be great to do. But for now, thank you both for coming in and chatting to us about Aberdeen Animates and sharing your story with us. It's been greatly appreciated. If you want to back Aberdeen Animates, the opportunity to do so will be found on their website, to which you can find a link down below alongside all the social medias, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, I believe you're on.
TikTok, yes.
Yeah. Anywhere that you can find social media, just search for the logo, which you will see somewhere on the screen dotted around. In fact, probably over my face, and we'll leave there. If you want to support Season Media, you can do so. We have two opportunities. There are sponsorship packages for us, which you can find on our website, or we also have a crowdfunder, which has absolutely no obligation for you to take part in anything. There's no limit on funds. There's not a case of you have to throw hundreds of pounds at us. You want to throw £10 to help support the thing. You can. The benefit we get is anything that is donated towards the show is also backed by Creative Scotland.
Yes.
So Creative Scotland actually match whatever is donated to us. So to everyone who has donated so far, thank you. It's greatly appreciated. The shout outs will be on our social medias, thanking you for what you've done, along with a little picture as well. Reminder, if you're new, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and follow. If you're on Apple Podcasts or iTunes or Spotify or wherever else you find them, a cheeky 5-star rating and tell them how much you hate the host but love the guest would be greatly appreciated. We will see you in next week's episode for another seasonal discussions. To my guests, thank you for coming in. See you next week. Bye.